Hey YouTube, this knife is the Jim Burke Mini Resurrection. That's a liner lock folder. It's sold by Boker. Alright, it's manufactured in Taiwan for Boker. Jim Burke is a knife maker. He's also was a police officer on a SWAT team and does close quarter battle training, okay, for police. Right, and he designed this, you know, for his own needs and for those officers like him. Now this is a very rugged knife. It actually weighs 7.9 ounces. It has full steel liners. The blade length is 3.75 inches. It has G10 handle scales, ambidextrous thumb studs, and it has a very nice stonewashed finish. The price tag on this, it's a pretty good bargain for what you get. $55 for this knife. I purchased this at Knife Works and they call it the Mini Resurrection. However, other stores do list this as the Resurrection Gen 2. Alright, and I think in Europe it's called the Resurrection Gen 2, so it has two names that it goes by. Alright, here is a closer look. You see the very nice stonewashed finish on that blade. And it is a drop point with the recurve. And that is 440C. As you know, Boker tends to use 440C. It's to keep the price down, but it is hardened and heat treated to a good hardness for edge retention, and it does come extremely sharp. That's a monster. I mean, that blade shape and just how wide it is. Yeah, I think you can see this was made as mainly, you know, more of a cutting or chopping implement rather than a stabber. But yeah, I mean, you can get like super thin slices if you want to. Very high initial sharpness. It's good for cutting all sorts of things. Cuts very easily through lots of cordage. Recurve. Alright, different shot. Gonna do, you can even cut things that are just, this is paracord. Alright, and how good can this chop? It can chop pretty good. Alright, and here we have a size comparison with the ZT200 folder. And now, because of the similar extra wide and heavy built design, you could say that this Resurrection knife is kind of a budget version. Okay, they're both very heavily built. They're overbuilt. And they both have recurves and extra wide blades with a drop point tip. Alright, so if you're looking for kind of a poor man's version of the ZT, definitely consider the Mini Resurrection. As you can see, they're very similar in size and they're almost the same weight. The Boker knife doesn't flip open as fast, and it does have a less expensive steel, but it's still a very good and usable steel, especially for the price. Alright, so there's a size comparison. And here's a close-up of the, you see those are G10 handle scales. Right, you see the textured spacer there. So it's semi-closed construction. You see the stop pin there. Stonewashed pocket clip, and you see the full steel liners there. Ambidextrous thumb studs. The opening is pretty easy. You heard the lockup, very secure. There's a textured thumb ramp right there. And here's the liner. As I said, it has a very strong lockup. There's definitely no blade play. See the grind right there. Super sharp. Altogether, for the price this is it's a good value for the price. It is a 2-position pocket clip. Right, comes right side carry tip up, can be changed to tip down. My overall opinion on this knife, you know, it's a great knife for the price. I mean, this thing is a tank. Now, it's really heavy for an EDC knife, okay? It's not really meant for that. Like I said, the guy who designed this is a member of a SWAT team, okay? So this is more, it's either an extremely heavy-duty work knife, or it's something that you just strap on for a certain occasion where you might need something like that. It's kind of a budget alternative to super heavily built knives like the ZT, different ZT knives, right? And you know, it uses a little bit lesser materials, but for the price, it's very well built. It had good fit and finish. The stonewash is good, no blade play. So yeah, for $55, yeah, I mean, you know, if you need a heavy chopper and overbuilt, basically a powerful cutter, I mean, for less than 4 inches, that's a lot of cutting power they put in that with the grind and the width of that blade. So yeah, I do recommend it for what it is. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for many more. I'm out of here, dudes.